First of all, Krishna, he's just the main one. Then Lord Ram is the next one. And Lord Nrsimhadev is the third one. But in order to particularly, specifically distinguish between Lord Krishna and Lord Ram, he gives an interesting example. He says that when Lord Ram left Ayodhya and went into exile, everyone cried. Everyone cried for one day. But the next day, they sort of recovered. But with Lord Krishna, whenever Krishna just went out to herd the cows, every day, everyone cried. Not just once, but every day and every single day. And then ultimately when Krishna left Vrindavan, everyone just cried and they didn't stop until he returned. Years later, decades later. So yes, so these points are there. And of course we would expect it. That seeing Shukadev Goswami understands the position of Lord Krishna very, very clearly. He wants to establish these points. First of all, that Vishnu, very important expansion, is on a higher level than Brahma and Shiva. And then secondly, that Krishna is the actual original Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's actually the topmost, the very topmost. And as we see here, Prabhupada kind of subtly, but he makes the point that the Vaishnavas are so important to the Lord. Unless one is on the transcendental platform of being a Vaishnava, or on the highest platform of material goodness as a Brahmin, he cannot appreciate the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even these Brahmins, who are materialistic Brahmins, but they have some appreciation. Some. Not so much, but some. But not like the Vaishnavas, how they appreciate the Lord. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any comment, question, correction? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Gurmat. I understand that Krishna and Vishnu are the same. Only Krishna is in business, and when he goes for business, he's Vishnu, and when he's at home, he's Krishna. So then,
something like that.
Then Gurma says that Krishna and Vishnu are because
what?
Lord Vishnu wanted to see Krishna.
Yeah.
So how is that?
I didn't say that, Shukadev Goswami did. Because he'd heard a lot about Krishna. You know, he's a good devotee, he studied Srimad Bhagavatam. So he knows about Krishna. Krishna's so special, but he wanted to see him. He really wanted to see him. And, but he made a mistake, in a sense. He thought, if I steal the children of this Brahmin couple, who are not exactly devotees, and certainly not pure devotees, then because Krishna is Brahmanya Deva, he's the Lord of the Brahmins, and the Brahmins are very special to him, Krishna will intervene he'll come. He was keeping them there, waiting for Krishna to come to take them. And then he thought, then I'll see Krishna. But Krishna didn't come until Arjuna's situation arose. Then Krishna came to save his devotee, but to save the Brahmins from distress, Krishna didn't come. Although he knew about it, Krishna knew what was going on, but he didn't come. So, the thing is this, Vishnu is part of Krishna. So therefore, when Krishna's having his pastimes, then the way Prabhupada describes it is that when Krishna's having some pastimes, but some demon comes, and now Krishna must kill the demon, actually, Lord Vishnu kind of steps out of Krishna, you could say, and kills the demon and steps back in. Although you can't see it happen. You can't see it happen. But when Krishna kills a demon, it's just Lord Vishnu doing it. And Krishna sort of invisibly takes a back seat until the demon is dead. That's how Prabhupada explains it. And because all the avatars, they're within Krishna. Nrsingadev's there, Lord Rama's there, Vamana, Varaha, Matsya, Kurama, Kapila. They're all within Krishna. As they're called Swangsha, his Swangsha expansions. We are the Vibhinangsha. Bina means separated. We're the separated expansions. We're expansions of Krishna. We're his parts and parcel. We're the Vibhinangsha, means we're separated. But the Shwangsa, Swa means his own, or your own. Angsha, part. So all these different avatars and expansions, they're all expansions of Krishna. And when Krishna comes, or not just when he comes, but any time, they're all within him. Have I addressed your question? Hare Krishna.
Krishna is in the mood of Vishnu and he kills, and then he comes back to his Krishna mood.
Well, it's not explained exactly like that. The explanation is that Krishna doesn't kill the demons, because killing demons is work, and Krishna doesn't work. Vishnu works. So it's actually Vishnu who kills the demons, and it's actually not Krishna. Although, so many times we read how Krishna killed the demons, and even Krishna says he kills the demons. But actually he doesn't really kill the demons. But Vishnu does. But then again, Vishnu is part of Krishna. So that it's a Chintya Bheda Bhe Tattva. Oneness and difference. Oneness is there. So you can say, it's not wrong to say Krishna kills the demons, and he says that himself. But, in another sense, that's the oneness. But when you talk about the difference, as Prabhupada did, then we understand it's Vishnu who kills the demons, because Krishna doesn't have to work. Anyone else? A comment? Excellent.
Maharaj, how we can understand that Ramanujacharya is a great devotee, but he himself preaches that Vishnu is supreme, not Krishna.
Yeah.
So how we Gaudiya Vaishnavas should understand that?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. The thing is, he came as part of the mission. You know, Buddha came, then the Lord sent Shankaracharya. You know, even though we do not accept the Mayavad philosophy, but still it is a fact. The Lord sent Shankaracharya, Lord Shiva as Shankaracharya, to begin the process of bringing people back from the Buddhist, you know, like, it's even beyond impersonal, it's Shunyavad, to bring people back from that point, step by step, to the proper understanding. The proper understanding is what Lord Chaitanya gave. But step by step means after Shankaracharya got the people out of meat eating, you know, like so much into meat eating that it just devastated Vaishnavism altogether. Not just Vaishnavism, but the whole Vedic tradition was devastated by meat eating. So Buddha stopped the meat eating. Shankaracharya, so the meat eating's already stopped, but now Shankaracharya is there to bring people back to the Vedas, because Buddha had to reject the Vedas. Otherwise, if he hadn't rejected the Vedas, the people would not have given up meat eating. So first of all, they give up meat eating. Second is Shankaracharya. He brings them back to the Vedas. Then next is Ramanujacharya. And you know, his philosophy is, what do they call it? What's the term, the name of Ramanuja's philosophy? Vishishta Advaita. Vishishta Advaita, yeah. It is an let's not say impersonal, but it is a philosophy which is Advaita. It's a philosophy of oneness. Vishishta Advaita. That's the term Ramanuja, as I understand, gave his own philosophy. And Vishishta Advaita can be taken, the term, to mean, the term which is used is concrete monism. Concrete monism. In other words, he is teaching monism. He's teaching that we are God. But it's like when you have concrete, if you cut into the concrete, you see there's stones there, there's sand there. You can see all these different things which make up the concrete. So we are like the stones or the sand in the concrete. Although the concrete is one, but it's also, if you look more carefully at it, it's not exactly just one. There are different, things within the concrete. So it's like a version of Advaita philosophy. And then, I don't know if that's clear enough, but that's what it's called. Vishisht Advaita, non-dual. It's monistic. But it's personal because we're part of God. That's what he's saying, we're part of God. Then you get Madhvacharya, his philosophy is dualism. So it's now a step further from Ramanuja. It's dualistic, it's not Advaita, it's not monistic. In fact, it's very specifically not monistic. Monistic means a philosophy of oneness. So, it's like extreme dualism, actually, that we are not part of Krishna. We are us. God is God, and we are us, and we have a relationship, but we're not exactly part of the Lord. We are separate living entities. And then you get Lord Chaitanya, who introduces the proper idea, which is achintya bhed abhed tattva, simultaneous oneness and difference. Yeah. So Ramanujacharya, why did he do that? Either because the Lord told him, listen, Ramanuja, do this, all right? Or alternatively, if the Lord just influenced his thinking to feel that, this is the reality, that, it's a monistic reality, but still there, it's got a relationship to achintya bhed abhed tattva, but still it is more monistic than having the idea of difference. How's that? Is that all right?
Let's say Krishna arranged, for example, Adi Shankara to come and preach Mayavadi philosophy,
Right.
which is wrong.
Yes.
But at that time, let's say a devotee of Adi Shankara, a disciple of Adi Shankara, who had sincere disciple, who had 100% faith on Adi Shankaracharya, but practice wrong philosophy, what will happen to the disciple? Will he go back to God?
Well, I don't know exactly, but if he really is that sincere, then he'll get the opportunity in the future, because it would seem he's not really ready for going back to Godhead, because there's some misconceptions there. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Just get the mic.
Just further to Yaduraj Prabhu says, Shankaracharya also said Bhajal Govindam, Bhajal Govindam.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's one. Maharaj, I just like to understand one thing. During the birth of Krishna in the prison house, he appeared first as four-armed Vishnu to Vasudev and Devaki.
Yeah.
And after that, on the request of the parents that you are creating a lot of, then he became baby Krishna.
Right.
So, I mean, like Maharaj was saying that Krishna is Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna.
Right.
Does this look like Krishna is the expansion of Vishnu? From Vishnu, four-armed, become a baby Krishna, not the other way around. I mean, I totally understand when Maharaj says that Krishna don't work, he just enjoying.
Yeah.
So on this place, on this concept of this birth, is there a special message to this scenario?
The thing is this, that there are a couple of points. One is, he's coming as the Yuga avatar, who's a form of Vishnu. That's one point. So first of all, he shows himself as Vishnu. But they were, they had previously given birth to different forms of the Lord in previous lifetimes. Remember, Prishni and Sutapa, etc. So they had a relationship with Vishnu. So they were more like wanting Vishnu to come. So he came, but then, because actually it's Krishna, and now Krishna's appearing, so just to show them that, look, I am Vishnu. Don't worry, don't think I'm just some other person. He appeared as Vishnu, but then he changed, showed his real form as Krishna. And then they understood. Yeah, because they had prayed and performed austerities to have Vishnu as their son, and they had. Yeah. And what was the first thing they said? Do you remember? Okay, yeah. It was just an interesting little point you made. Anyway, I can't remember. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila